Hi, folks. This will be a very brief video. I'm going to run through uh, essentially the content for week two for the sake of primarily uh, the Monday night class students who had no class at all this week, no person-to-person class because of the holiday. And then half of you had half a class because uh, you only had class one day a week because of the holidays. So I'm just going to run through a few items, most of which, unless you're in the Monday night class, you're already aware of. So here we go. I am going to screen share our Blackboard site. So here we go. Um, let's now move to course content. This is the Blackboard site for um, section 50, the Monday night class, but if you're in another section, it's basically the same. So we hit course content, go down to week two. Okay. You'll note this is a SharePoint link that allows you to sign up for a conference with me for next week. This is very important because we are not meeting in person next week, other than to meet for these one-to-one conferences. The times for Monday through Thursday will take place here in my office, Classroom Hall 316. Um, the times listed for Friday will take place via Zoom. Okay. But it's very important that you sign up for this because that is your class for next week. And we'll essentially discuss your goals for the semester. We'll discuss the creation of your labor logs and your labor journals and so forth. Okay. Incidentally, you should be creating your first labor log this week. That is, you should be logging each time that you sit down to write. Okay. Whatever that may be. As far as I'm concerned, any and all writing that you may do ties into this course in so much as any writing helps to improve your writing and ultimately factors into your writing practice. So you can log any writing that you're doing in your labor log, okay? And we'll um, sort of polish the process of those and so forth as we move forward. But you do want to bring your first labor log to your conference, right? You'll be working on the second by the time you do your conference. And also, you want to bring the beginning of your labor journal if you've gotten that far. Remember that your labor journal is a journal, a reflection, a discussion of the writing that you have been doing um, for the weeks of the labor logs that would be included therein. So the first labor journal for week three will include the labor log for week two and three, right? And you'll turn all of that in together on Blackboard as well as housing it on your folio. Okay. Um, Speaking of the folio, this link here um, leads to a 23-minute video that discusses how to set up your folio and how to make me an admin, what permissions to add on it, and things of that nature. We'll talk about folios essentially from here on out in the class, but this video covers the setup process. Again, for those of you who um, have not, were not in class, did not have class on Monday or at this week at all. Okay, so this basically gives you an introduction to that process. Okay, now I'm going to stop this screen share so that I can share another screen. That other screen will be where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Sorry about that, folks. All right, that other screen will be the preliminary grading contract. Um, so essentially, what this means is that you can miss one assignment and still get an A, provided you have A level attendance. Okay, you can still get an A. Actually, you can miss two assignments with A level attendance because A level attendance you're going to get rewarded for at the end. Okay, I'll get into that in just a second. But if you miss one assignment or you get three incompletes, one or the other, because three incompletes is equal to one missed assignment, you will make an A in the course. Okay. If you miss um, two assignments, or say one assignment and three incompletes, because three incompletes again equals one missed assignment, you'll get a B, right? Uh, three missed assignments, and is a C, and so on and so forth. Okay, so think about one missed assignment. You can miss one missed assignment for an A, two missed assignments for a B, three missed assignments for a C, four for a D, etc. Um, and three incompletes is equal to one missed assignment. Okay. All right. Um, to get an A, B, or C in the course, you must submit two drafts of your How Do I Language project, your final reflection, and your digital writer's folio. You have at the end, you have to submit those to make an A, B, or C because those are the heart of the course. And I need to be able to communicate by way of your final letter grade that you have engaged meaningfully in the heart of the course. Okay. So you need to turn those in to get an A, B, or C in the course. Okay. Um, Lastly, if you have A level attendance, it allows you to miss an additional assignment. By additional assignment, I mean like a reading journal or a labor journal, right? Uh, Allows you to miss an additional assignment. And by missed assignments, I mean assignments turned into Blackboard. You're only turning your labor logs into Blackboard when you're turning them in with your labor journals. Okay. So, um, so if you're a little bit behind on labor logs and so on, as long as you get them turned in with your journals, that's the important part. Plus, um, the extra credit for the class, if you will, is the fact that you can essentially turn in everything for potentially full credit with no penalty, essentially, until December the 5th. Okay. That's the extra credit for the class, if you will. And then if you have A level attendance, say, for example, you have three incompletes and you missed one reading journal. Normally that would be a B, but if you have A level attendance, that would bump it up to an A. Okay. That's how all that's going to work. Now, we will have an opportunity to revisit this if you find this kind of wonky or something like that. We'll look at it again, say in October, and make sure everybody's on board with it. Honestly, though, I think this is pretty indicative of the feedback that I received from um, all of my classes across the board, coupled with my experience of having done labor contracts over, say, the last uh, you know, 6 or 7 years. Okay. So this is what we're going to play with here for a bit. We're going to sit with this for a bit and see how it works in class. Okay. But of course you're at liberty to read this and so on. Again, the primary thing that you want to do is to make sure that you've signed up for that conference for next week. Okay. I'm going to end sharing this and I'm going to bid you a great weekend. Okay. Thanks a lot.